This is the story of Los Angeles. We see an empty truck going. Then that truck stops at a restaurant and two policemen get down from it and go to get something to eat for themselves. But then some goons come there whose intention was to steal this truck. Then there is another group of goons there. They did not know that a policeman is sitting inside the truck. He calls the police station for backup, but then he is taken to the gunpoint and asked to get out of the truck. He does not come out. Then one of the goons shoots the policeman. Then they steal the truck, but in the meantime there are more policemen there. Then there is an encounter between the guru and the policeman, and some policemen are killed. Rovers leave from there with the truck. This incident took place in the area near the airport. They knew that police helicopters are not allowed in this area. Then they reach a workshop through unknown roads. There they change their uniform and ask, "Why did you go to the street first?" Then one of the thieves says that if this is a big crime, then it will be difficult to save us. My mother was very worried about today's incident. In the next scene we see Big Nick. He is a tough policeman. He comes to know about the incident that happened this morning. Then he reaches the place where the crime took place. Nick goes there and gives all the details. Everyone tells him that you are not able to see that today. Then he comes to know that about 10 people have been killed here and 6 people have been sent to the hospital. The truck that they have stolen was going to the bank to pick up money, but they stole it empty. At that time, Bosco was taking photos hiding at the crime scene. Then he shows the photos to his gang, from which they come to know how Nick was found. One of the thieves, whose name was Donnie, used to work in a bar. Then Nick turns out to be a drunkard. He gives the payment and asks him to keep the rest of the change and gets up and leaves from there. Then, when Donnie is going home after closing the bar, he does not come there and makes him unconscious and takes him with him. Then Tony is taken to a hotel. When he goes out of the room and looks, he finds more policemen there. Then Nick asks him for what purpose he did the theft. Donnie says, "You have misunderstood. I am doing this. I am not a banda. I am a simple banda who works later." Then a policeman sends all the girls sitting there out. The girls say you are just one step away from death and still you are lying. Then Milk tortures him and says, "You think we will send you to Jai? No, we will not even know your address." Then Donnie says that they have kept me only for driving. I do not know how to drive any vehicle. Then he says, "No, brother." I believed his answer. "Listen carefully once. The goons here are not you, but we are people." Donnie tells that a man named Mark used to work with me in the bar. Then he introduced me to Bosco. He asked me if you can drive, and then he took me on a test drive. Then I drove so fast. Then this week we committed a robbery. Lots of goods were looted, but what did they do with the money? They don't tell me at all. They say that we will meet again. Then while going home, Donnie gets a call and he is called to a place at 8 p.m. Then Merryman and Donnie sit in their car and show him the biggest bank of Los Angeles. He tells that there are sound recorders installed on the roads around here. When you roam around this building for 2 minutes, the security guards come after you. Till date, there has not been a single robbery in this bank, but attempts have been made 53 times. Now this is our next target. This bank has a security catch of 500 to 700 million. There are many security guards on every floor of the bank, which is almost impossible to fool. The serial number of every note lying here is recorded in the computer. If even one of those notes goes missing and someone goes to the market to trade that note, then these people will catch it in 1 minute. Then the machine installed here separates the torn, old, and withered notes from the rest of the money. It is destroyed by putting it in a machine, then new notes are made from its serial number. But if we get these notes before they are destroyed, then we will be the owner of $30 million. On the other hand, Nick and his friends take out the notes of Donnie Leebox and his other friends. They find out which Korean currency notes they have given till date, everything that was present in their system. They come to know that these people do not shoot bullets on common people, they only shoot at policemen. In the next scene, then Donnie takes their food to the bank and has to go through tight security to go inside. Now he is issued a new entry card. Now he can pass through security without security. After giving one of his parcels, he goes to the toilet and hides the other parcel there. The appointed team was also taking notes from him from inside to outside, and his fellow thieves were also taking notes. Then when Donnie and his gang members go to have dinner with their families that night, Nick also goes to this restaurant with his friends. Then Nick, seeing all those thieves, tells Donnie that I have seen you in the gym. Then he starts misbehaving with their families and while leaving says that we will meet in the gym. After Donnie leaves from there, my mother and his friends start beating Donnie and ask him if he is in cahoots with the policeman. Donnie says no, he knows all of you. You all know me. I don't know anything about you guys. Then what will happen to them? He was intentionally taking the name of the gym so that we all fight. Then my mother says that the theft will happen on Friday. Then Donnie goes to meet Nick and says that you want to make me a fool. What does he say, when will the next theft happen? Donnie says that it will be on Good Friday, but I don't know where it will happen. Now Friday comes. On this day, Nick is also tensed, and so is my mother. My mother also had another tension. Last night, Nick had called his girlfriend. He was scared, and he could not do anything to him even after trying hard. Then the thieves prepare to commit their robbery, and the policemen prepare to catch them. There's a little change in the plane today, so they go to a small bank to commit robbery. They go inside the bank and make all those people hostage and say that if you try to show smartness, then you will not be alive. Today, no one's heroism will work. Then he wakes up the bank manager and asks him to call 911. He says that if the demand of $10 million and a helicopter loaded with fuel is not fulfilled on time, then a man's dead body will be found in an hour, so do not take any risk of getting scared. There should not be a single policeman outside. Then the police vehicles are parked outside the bank, and Nick runs away, and they have to be stopped. He says that we have been preparing to catch them for weeks. Do not ruin our plan, and the preparations to open the locker inside the bank were going on here. Outside, a policeman was fighting with another policeman. Then inside, they take a girl and kill her. Then a policeman calls there and the manager says that you should not waste time. They have already killed a girl. He says that helicopters and money are coming. It will take some time. Then the thief plants a bomb inside the bank and breaks a wall. Seeing this, a bell rings in Nick's mind and he gets a little suspicious. Then he enters the bank. Seeing him, his companions also enter the bank behind him. Nick went and looked at the whole bank thoroughly. There was not a single thief there. They all ran away from there through the gutter. It seemed as if this robbery was only to provoke the attention of the police. Then my mother and Levo went there. Taking the truck which they had stolen in the beginning of the movie, they go to the biggest bank of Los Angeles. They also had fake IDs, but still, big boxes of old notes come out of their truck, which they had stolen from another bank. Actually, this was the department of the bank where old notes from different banks used to come for destruction. Then, after passing through many security tests, they finally reach a place where the notes are counted. Then the lights are turned off there, due to which the security guard there asks all the members to go out. The entire area and all the cabins there are vacated. Then Donnie comes out from inside a box. At that time, Donnie was informing his teammates about every moment and was keeping an eye on everything. Then Donnie starts putting money in a bag. The member says to finish your work quickly. Then he puts all the money in a box, turns it off, and himself goes inside the ventilation pipe. Then the lights are turned on there, and all the teams are evacuated. They are called back to the counting room. Tony comes out of the toilet through the ventilation pipe where he had hidden a packet earlier. Then they take the money and put it inside a truck, which takes them from there to be destroyed. Then that truck leaves from there, and Mary Ma also comes out with a truck behind them. Like every day, those girls had ordered something, and Donnie gives them that packet and returns safely. Then Mary Ma rocks her truck in front of another truck, and from behind them, the driver comes out of a car and asks to take out the driver sitting inside it. Then they take that truck and leave from there. On the other hand, they pick up Nick and Donnie along with him so that they can know what is going on here. Nariman takes both his trucks and goes to the shelter of a jungle. Nick is beating Donnie. Then both of them tell that they have gone to the junkyard. Then Nick brings a backup bullet for himself. They all get stuck in a jam. Then they notice that Nick is following them and he is wearing body armor. Nick tells his companions that no one will shoot at the body. They must be wearing armor. Everyone will shoot at the feet or the head. Then all the policemen get out of the car and Nariman also lies down with his machine gun. Then Nariman starts shooting at them and the policemen also retaliate. Then a policeman also shoots Labox. Nariman runs away and goes behind a building and Nick follows him. They were playing a game of cat and mouse. Then Nariman jumps to the other side of a wall, and Nick fires a lot of bullets at the wall, which creates a lane. When a policeman holds him, it seemed that Karan was not breathing, but still he wanted to shoot Nick at any cost. Then both of them come face to face, and before Nariman could shoot him, Nick shoots him. Then Nick goes to his car and sees that Dhoni had fled from there. Then when they check the thief's car, they find nothing but garbage in it. Then Nick goes to the bar where he used to work, and he comes to know that Dhoni had left the job 2 days ago and gone. Then Nick understands everything, that this was the plan to wash the plant. Now in this, we see that Dhoni had gone to my mother, and this plane was his. Staying in the bar, he had collected information about the different areas of the bank, and he also wanted to get himself arrested by Nick so that he could escape from the bullets. Now in this, we see that Dhoni had gone to meet my mother, and this plane was his. Let's see that he was working in a bar, and then he meets a person working in a diamond exchange, and this is where the movie ends. Friends, hope you liked my explanation. So do like the video and subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comment what you think about this movie. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.